Hi readers, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper, and welcome to the end of the first quarter 2025. So today, as you can see, we're going to talk about my first quarter reading goals wrap up, and I am all set to kind of give you an overview of where I am. I have my goals in my journal, in my reading journal for 2025. And I talked about them at the beginning of the year, but we're going to see where I am in each of them. And you may have already seen there's one that's completed. Very excited about that. Yeah, just kind of talk about what's next for me as a result of reviewing these goals. This is really helpful to me. And I know this is helpful to me because I've done it before. However, I also want to just put out, this may not be your favorite video, and I'm okay with that, but I want you to tell me if that's true. If you maybe like the goals at the first of the year, but you don't need to check in every quarter, that's okay. I understand. And I want to make this channel relevant to you. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to have pleasure when you come in. And I have so much pleasure doing this for you that I want you to have more pleasure even than I have, which is a lot. I am just checking in on your pulse around this. Is the reading goals wrap up quarterly helpful to you? Or do you just want to wait till the end of the year and see if I blew it or if I knocked it out of the park? It is baseball season, there's that. So let's start with number one, which was to read a total of at least 52 books in the year 2025. And I, in the first quarter, read 19 books. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And in fact, I've really kind of overdone it. And I am noticing that I can pace myself and maybe focus on some of these other goals rather than reading all the time. But it's really hard for me not to do that. I brought a book to jury duty. It wasn't easy to concentrate on it. I'll grant you that, but I did. I just read all the time. I usually bring a book in my car every time we go somewhere, and we don't even have to be going far, which is ridiculous because I usually don't read it, but I bring it just in case I need to have it. So I also need to recognize that I am at 19 and my goal is 52. So I can get those big books out. I can slow down and spend some other time on something else, not Kindle, obviously, but yeah, something else. I will say this is not on my list, but I want to just acknowledge my Kindle goal. I have read 87 weeks in a row and 214 days in a row as of the day that I'm filming this, which is early April. I am really diligent about reading at least enough to move that date to the next day. And I feel good about that. But that's reading on my Kindle has been much more prevalent than listening to audiobooks this year. You know, we all have a switch, and that's my switch this year. Number two, increase my backlist read books to 50% of my total reading for the year. I have read 19 books in the first quarter, and I have read 8 books on my backlist. So I am super happy about that. It's almost at 50% now. I feel like it'll get even higher because I had middle grade March. I had the book read for Mardi Gras readathon. I had a couple other things that I knew were going to be new. All my book club reads are new. Usually they're not on my backlist. So there's that. But I'm happy with that statistic. And again, I feel like it's going to increase because I have a bunch of books on my backlist that are on my pile of possibilities for April and probably May. Super excited that that is higher than I thought it was. Number 3, co-host Mardi Gras Readathon 2025 completed. Thank you so much again to Kat at Kat's Novel Adventures. She is amazing. She is a book wizard, and she just makes everything so easy. She makes graphics for me because she knows that I'm not good at that. She helps me figure out how to do StreamYard. She probably pulls way more weight than I do, and I'm so grateful for her, truly. And we're growing in our friendship and our partnership, so keep it going. And more of you participated this year than had done before. So that also makes me happy. And I saw that you were enjoying it and you were reading great books. And so, yeah, it was so much fun. Loved it. Bookish inventory number 4, spreadsheet completed. Now, I'm not expecting I would have been done in the first quarter, but I started out strong and then I really got in a pickle. But I will say this, I had the sicknesses. I blame everything on the sicknesses. I also, though, had taxes to do and some weekends away. And for me to bring the laptop, and I can't do it. I just can't do bookish inventory unless I'm home. It's just impossible. So there were lots of times where I wasn't home, which is fine. I was happy to be where I was, but that's a factor. So here's what is happening for me in the bookish inventory. Currently, I'm using iCollect, which is an app that I can scan my books into. So the whole inventory of all the books I own is going to go into that app. And I'm hoping it's not behind a paywall at some point because I'm sure I will exceed that point. But I'm using that. And the scanning is usually fast and easy. The only ones I can't scan are the ones that have stickers on top of the barcode, or they're really old or something and they don't have a barcode, but super fast, super efficient, just takes time. I need some diligence. And the bookish inventory that I'm doing is also the what I haven't read yet, and I'm entering that into the currently reading spreadsheet that I receive as a Patreon member. I'm a Bookish Friend member. It's $5 a month. I highly recommend it. You get extra content. You get the bookish inventory spreadsheet each year, which it improves every year. And you just get a lot of great connection to friends' books and information about books. So I'm not getting any money for plugging this. I really love all the Patreons that I'm a member of. I'm also a member of Krista's at Books and Jams, and I'm a member of Becca at Becca's Books and Bujo. I always say that wrong. Becca Books and Bujo. So I get lots of great perks from being a Patreon member for all of those channels. But the bookish inventory spreadsheet is quite incredible. It's quite complex. It takes a lot of effort. I haven't made the effort as often as I'd like. And Kat at Kat's Novel Adventures is doing a momentum event every Saturday. And for a while, I was working on my taxes during that time. I missed one, but she's done 5 so far. After I got my taxes done and all settled and in, and all I have to do now is give them a bunch of money soon, I realized I could use that time for anything I want now. And I also noticed that I could use that time for bookish inventory. So that's the plan for the next few, and just kind of see. And something else might come up that is more important in the moment. But for now, I'm going to focus on that and try to get that spreadsheet closer so that I can understand how many books on these shelves in every room almost of this house are books to be read on the backlist TBR. That's really going to help me. I mean, I know when I look at them, but I need some numbers. I need to understand how large and insanely overwhelming this really is. Number 5, increase my net galley percentage to 70%. As of the moment I am filming this, it is at 35%, which is better than it was. And I have a bunch of ARCs out, which is probably not gonna, I feel like that's gonna help me. I have a lot of ARCs that didn't come from NetGalley too, but I think that that's gonna help. I think I'm going to be able to get this up. And the ARCs are very exciting to me. Several of them are authors that I'm really happy to have received an ARC from, and several of them are new authors to me, and I'm really excited about reading their books. So I think that will go up, but 35% now, yeah, that's going to have to double. That's going to have to double. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but we'll see. I might. You never know. Number 6, read a chapter a day of Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I am not on track with this goal, and in fact, I may end up eliminating this goal and substituting another goal. But I am this far in, not this far, this far. Not that that makes much difference. I am noticing that this one went astray when I was sick. And I just did not have the bandwidth and the stamina for this. I slept a lot. I barely made my Kindle goal, keep advancing every day. And you don't have to read a lot on your Kindle to advance every day, but you do have to read it every day. I just could not get a chapter a day out of this at that time. However, I may come back to it when I follow up on second quarter, I will have decided by then. But this is a lot to take in. And I wasn't quite at the point yet. I feel like I was close, but I wasn't yet at the point where some of my favorite characters come in. These were people I didn't really know a whole lot about. They weren't in the Broadway show. Like, why are they in here? But yeah, it's an if goal. But I love this edition. It's just, yeah, maybe if I were to read this translation, because I hear this is the best translation on another device, maybe if I listened to it, I don't know. I just really struggled to stay focused on this at that time. But it's me. It's not the book. Well, I mean, maybe you think it is the book. I don't know. Number 7, read one book of the month each month for a total of 12 read this year. So notice that says total of 12 read this year. If I get behind, I could, of course, bump that up to 2 a month. I really want to get these Book of the Month Club books read. I've had a lot of them for a long time. They're on my backlist. I've featured some of them in some TBRs that I have going on, but I need to be much more intentional about this. So month 1, I read All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. I definitely love that. It's one of my favorite books so far of this year. I just bought that last year, so it's barely on my backlist, but it was. And so that was my book for January. February was The Wedding People by Alison Espach, and I really enjoyed that one as well. And then March was not a backlist title, but it was a book of the month, and that's Penitence by Kristen Koval. So they don't have to be backlist, the Book of the Month Club books. And in fact, I just got one in the mail yesterday that I really want to read, but they do have to be a Book of the Month Club selection. So I'm on track, one a month so far, but again, I could read more than one. In fact, this month I might. I have a good pile of possibilities. So speaking of the pile of possibilities, goal number 8 is intentionally create a meaningful pile of possibilities, or TBR. And I am definitely doing that. I think the combination of reading the backlist and reading the 12 books a year on the Book of the Month Club scene is really helping me with that. It's also that I realized last year that I was just sort of fast putting something together because I would wait till the last minute to create the TBR, and then I wouldn't necessarily be interested in those books. So I'm making a list ahead of time. Like, what is it that I'm noticing that I'm really drawn toward? What is it that I really want to read? What is it that I want to get off my backlist? So I am definitely doing that. And I'm currently reading off of a very big TBR for Old School April. I will not likely finish all those books, but I added a bunch of backlist books to that grouping. All right, number 9, read more big books on my backlist. I've really only read one, I think. All the Colors of the Dark is just the one. I, again, need to get back to bigger books. Notice that I'm overwhelmed by them and just commit. I mean, it's not going to, like, they're not all going to be like this, obviously. But yeah, I just need to commit and make time for those, even if and know that I may not finish them in the month that I start them, which is important for me to also just settle into and be okay with. I've only read one, but I'm going to get a little bit farther on that the second quarter. And then number 10 is to improve the quality and content of my channel. I've been mindful lately about that and about how sometimes I will rush to get a video up just to get it up. I'm also noticing I'm kind of wanting a new intro or new music or outro or something. Like I really kind of just want to spice it up a little bit and maybe make it more professional. So I'm watching people's channels. I'm noticing what they do. I'm looking at a Skillshare class and kind of understanding a little bit more about content creation, because I never really, I mean, I did take a class when I first started, but it's been a long time, and you can always learn from other people. So I'm going to probably just look at a lot of that. But here's what I want you to know. I am open to, and I know you will say these things kindly and with compassion and care. I'm open to whatever you think would improve the quality of my channel. There are other videos you'd like me to check out. If there are other concepts that you think I could try, just whatever it is that you think would make this better. I can only be myself, so I can't really change my authentic way of doing this and laughing and using my hands and all that stuff. I can try to sit on my hands. I've had to do it before. I had to learn how to do that sometimes in public speaking, but I'm not good at it. But I am open to suggestions on how I could improve my content. That might be the puppy waking up. I might have reached the end of my time. Good thing. So thank you for watching today. Just sharing with you my beautiful reading journal again because I love it so much. I'm so happy with it. I feel like I'm set up for success. I feel like my little puppy is definitely awake. In case you want to see her live, here she is. Say hello. Oh, yeah. Say hello and bite everything in your path. Make it just so painful. We can't hold you. Don't do the ears, the neck. No. Okay. We're going to go outside. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your support. Thanks for all of your ideas on how I can make this channel better. And as always, happy reading and pray for me. Bye.